Marketeers. Monty, are you ready? You're on? Okay. Whenever you guys are ready.
Okay. I'm Melissa.
I'm Patrick. I'm Matt. I'm Nathan. I'm John.
And we are the Marketeers. Now, as you may know, many of the small businesses in Barrington often go unnoticed by high school students. Places like Paul's Burrito Express and Savory Salads don't get a lot of young customers because they're lacking in their marketing strategies, and specifically on social media. In fact, 56% of all small businesses have no social media presence whatsoever. And as a result, these businesses don't have a way of connecting with the younger demographic of customers.
At the Marketeers, we have made it our goal to help small local businesses with the time and stress of social media marketing by helping them promote their business using our own Instagram account.
So we are looking to help the businesses in our very own community of Barrington. In a lot of our problem interviews, we found that all of the small businesses, like the restaurants, the boutiques, and the learning centers in Barrington, most of them do have social media already. However, they're often run by the managers themselves who don't have much time to post and are not very tech savvy. And a perfect example of this is the Ice Cream Social. The Ice Cream Social is a brand new ice cream shop in the village of Barrington, just opened this year. And in an interview with their manager, he said, "Since we are just opening, it's really important that we get our foot in the door with the young customers." And the Ice Cream Social does have their own Instagram, but they only have 200 followers. And the manager says that running this is a hassle for him.
We are using our growing social media page to help promote these businesses using shout-outs on our own Instagram account. We will be promoting the content that these businesses send to us, including in-store promotions, photos, videos, and comments to help promote these businesses out to our demographic that we have on Instagram. We will be using a scheduling app called Later. We will use Later where we will post our photos, videos, content, and in-store promotions, and then they will post that out on Instagram for us on the dates that we tell them to. We will use this to make sure that we stay consistent with our posting, as well as stay on time with what we are doing and make sure that we never get off topic.
Now, the Marketeers will benefit these businesses in 3 ways. First, by giving them more online exposure, they'll be exposing themselves to a whole new demographic of customers. And these customers will in turn bring them more money and increase the revenue streams. And ultimately, by using our service, businesses will have more time to focus on bettering their service or their food, rather than worry about marketing. And not only will the Marketeers benefit these businesses, but also our community, in that we are encouraging more economic and social activity.
Okay, so our total addressable market potential is $15 billion. We found this number off Statista.com, and it is the total amount of money every single year that is spent on social media marketing. Our serviceable addressable market potential is $30 million, and we got this number by taking the number of small businesses that are in all of Illinois, which we found off SBA.gov, and that was 1.2 million, and we multiplied that by our cost per unit, which is $25. Our first year market share of that $30 million is 0.003%, or $900. And the reason it's so low initially is because our first year we strictly want to focus on just the Barrington area, and then in future years move on to different locations. And also we want to get 36 customers in our first year, or 3 customers every month. Okay, so our revenue and gross profit are actually the same thing due to our lack of cost of goods sold as we're a service. And year 1 will be $900, as I said before, with 36 customers. And then in year 5 it will be much higher at $48,600. And this is because we've been moving on to different locations, 7 new locations by year 5. And these locations will include places like Wakanda and Lake Zurich, in which we'll hire new employees to run our social media accounts there and to go and talk to businesses for us there. And then that leaves us with our net income, which in year 1 is $612, with our only expenses being taxes and promotions, which we'll be using to further build up our Instagram accounts. And then year 5 is $27,500, and that also includes things like salaries for our newfound employees.
So 2 of our indirect competitors are Marketing Munch and Life Marketing. Marketing Munch is based out of Australia, and they focus more on the small companies in the U.S. And Life Marketing is the more corporate option, seeing as how they target the larger companies in the U.S. We plan on acquiring customers through emails. These emails not only serve us as a marketing strategy, but also as a channel for our business, and within these emails, there will be a little bit about who we are and what we do, and there will be a link to our landing page, and on our landing page, they can find out more about who we are and what we do, and they can also set up a meeting with us. This has been proven to be an effective strategy because it has led us to a 20% conversion rate.
So last time we presented to you, we told you that our MVP will be testing whether or not these small businesses will allow us to create and run their social media for them. However, due to receiving some qualitative feedback from potential customers, we decided to pivot our MVP process a little. And so now our MVP is testing whether or not these small businesses will allow us to promote their company under our name, the Marketeers. So throughout our MVP process, we've gained a lot of qualitative feedback. Specifically during our meetings, we realized that we had a really hard time converting customers because a lot of these small businesses either A, already have someone running their social media for them, or B, simply don't trust giving out their marketing to high schoolers. So about a month ago, we decided to pivot our MVP process. And we're now focusing on building up our name on social media and then promoting these small businesses under our name so that they're less skeptical of us since we're no longer running their social media for them. This has lowered our customer risk and in turn allow us to convert more customers. So last time we presented to you, we talked a lot about Sergio's Pizza, our first customer. However, we no longer have them. But what we learned from that experience was that not only is communication vital when you're trying to maintain a customer, but also that the owners of Sergio's were somewhat of an anomaly. And what I mean by that is that they trusted us to run their social media for them. And although that sounds kind of funny, we actually went into a lot of meetings with potential customers with the preconception that they would willingly give us their social media. However, that wasn't the case. A lot of these small businesses were really skeptical of giving us their social media to high schoolers, and therefore, after realizing this trend, we decided to pivot our MVP. So with our BMC now aligned to our new way of promoting, our business pretty much has two sides to it. The first side is gaining followers on our Instagram, and then the second side is gaining customers. However, the more followers we gain, the more legitimate we will look towards our new customers, thus making them more inclined to use our service. And since our change in MVP, we have set up 5 meetings with potential customers and converted one of them being Ice Cream Social. And so we've currently spent $35 of the $135 loan that you guys gave us, and the reason behind us not spending the full $135 on promotions was because we found more success. We found more success just promoting our Instagram page through our own personal accounts rather than paying for the promotions. So after the first round of promotions, we decided to stop.
Our post-money valuation is $71,000, and we'll be asking for $2,200, leaving the investors with a 3% equity. $1,000 will go into marketing, $500 will go into legal fees, and $700 will be our liquidity cushion.
In the future, we plan on selling our business to one of our competitors, Life Marketing, where we will be selling to them in about 5 years at a money multiple of 4.2 times.
Oh yeah, if you can click that. Melissa's a singer, so we made a little jingle.
Thank you for listening, and you can find us at the Marketeers Barrington.
Let's get trendy.
So yeah, thank you.
Great job, guys. I'm curious about when you were approaching potential customers, what were you actually pitching them with? Was it high level, hey, we're going to manage your social media account better than you can, or were there specific characteristics of your product? Like, I'm going to give you this many posts a month, or I'm going to give you this many eyeballs on.
Yeah.
What was?
So a little bit of both. So originally when we told them that we would create and run their social media for them, we told them that we would be posting anywhere between 2 to 3 times a week. And our original service was we would do it for 3 months. So if you do like 2 times a week, that's 8 times a month, so that's 24 times for the 3 months. We'd be posting it on their account. And then it was unique to each one because we were creating a personal account for each of these businesses. But during our interviews, we realized either they already had someone running their account for them, like their manager, or they even like Brunch Cafe outsources to Marketing Munch, or they simply didn't trust giving over their social media to high schoolers. And that's why kind of when our first customer was Sergio's, and Howard said that they were somewhat of an anomaly because they like willingly gave it over to us and we're like, yeah, just completely do it yourself. And so we thought other businesses would do the same, but that wasn't the case.
What results did you get with Sergio's?
So Sergio's, we ran their account for 3 months, and then their owners were a little spotty, and we went in a couple times, we called them a couple times to receive payment, and then they never got back to us, and we weren't finding much success with promoting their page, so eventually we just, we stopped and we told them, hey, we created this account for you, we posted like X amount of times, but we're just going to turn it back over to you
When you
guys.
say you weren't getting much success, how do you measure success?
So our success is we talk to them initially before we start running their account. Well, this is how we used to run, but we would talk to them before starting their account for them, and we would ask them, hey, like how's your younger demographic looking? Do you have like do you have a lot of young people coming in? They say no, and then we are okay. So let's create this account for you, and let's run your Instagram for 3 months, and then after that 3 months, we'll go back to them and ask them, how is your younger audience looking now? And if they're saying, oh, it's looking better, then that's how we measure success. But we don't have an exact quantitative way to measure that.
Did you have success with Sergio's?
I did not go back to talk to them, so I can't answer that question, but
From your point of view,
From my-
did you guys see anything measurable? Like if you were them, would you have renewed?
if I was them, I personally probably would not have renewed it because we gained them. I don't have the specific value of followers that we have because we no longer have their account, but we didn't gain them a substantial amount of followers at a younger age.
So the new model, you shifted from somebody outsourcing their social media to, in essence, leveraging your social media, your Instagram site. And you pivoted to, would it be fair to call this like you guys are digital influencers?
Yeah, exactly, we're
Okay.
influencers. Yeah.
So is the Instagram name that you're running under called the Marketeers?
Marketeers, yes, exactly.
And so what's going to be kind of a digital influencer to me, I don't know, and I'm not an expert at this, but is you have some value to your site that attracts a certain demographic. And then you kind of promotes things it's called native content, like it's just really behind the scenes, it's product placement, stuff like that. Is your promise to your customer that, hey, we're going to bring you younger people, a younger demographic?
I would say so, yes. I mean, we built a big portion of our following base just through our own personal accounts. Like, that's how we gain more of our followers, other than the promotions. So even though we're not at, like, the thousands of followers, the followers that we still have could still be coming into those places. And at $25 for 3 posts, it just seems like it's very profitable type of
Okay,
deal.
so you have 700 followers or something?
Currently at 750. Right?
Yeah, so let's talk about building the following group.
Followers, yeah.
What's going to be kind of exciting for me to follow Marketeers? Like, what's in it for me? Why would I do that? What's the value of being part of that Instagram account? Or nothing, we just kind of get coupons or promotions or...
I would say a big piece of it would be we would be posting in-store promotions. So if you're following us, you would get to find out about special deals that you might not see anywhere else.
Okay, so it's like a deal subscription,
And-
like a Groupon or something like that. Okay, so you're charging $25 a year?
It's $25 per 3 posts. So we'll go to the businesses and they'll say, we want you to post these 3 pictures, and that's $25.
And you're assuming that each customer will post 3 times a year because you get to $900 for the first year?
We don't have a return rate yet. We haven't factored
Okay.
in whether or not they come back.
I think one of the flaws in your model is you're still assuming $25 in the first year and the 5th year.
Yeah.
Well, if you have 700 followers in the first year, it's probably worth $25.
Yeah.
If you have 700,000 followers in year 5, it's worth a heck of a lot more than $25. And that's how you need to build that into your pricing. Like, it's like, I think they charge and cost per 1,000 views or something, the way digital, actually, the way I think really digital influencers work is they got a commission.
Oh,
But, I'm sure, I just think you need to think that through a little bit
Okay.
more.
How do you build your base of followers?
yeah, so that's like $1 million question. That's really hard. So we thought promotions would do that, and that ended up not being the case. So currently, to build up our followers within the Barrington area is collectively we have around 3,000 people following our personal accounts. So as of right now, it's solely just us shouting out the Marketeers page through our personal accounts. But after that, we could reattempt trying promotions, or there's
You guys can figure this out, but you haven't thought through it enough.
I think also since we have the in-store promotions, we're really targeting local, smaller businesses. So we're just trying to target the demographic that we're in right here in Barrington. So we don't need to have the big following base immediately, but rather the local following base is one thing that matters.
Is this more of a template that you can finalize, you can refine and then sell to a similar group at a similar location somewhere else? Because it seems like you're promoting businesses that you need to be local to, restaurants and service businesses that, doesn't do any benefit to someone in Des Moines, Iowa to get a deal at Sergio's.
I would say that we could, but it would have to have somebody running it who's in the local area still.
because that's our biggest like unique value proposition would be when you post on our page and you're reaching those 750 eyeballs, each one of those 750 eyeballs can go to your place because they're from this area. Whereas, not all, some of them may not just be in Des Moines, Iowa, they're all in Barrington, so they all have the opportunity to
So
go
you're
here.
700 all in Barrington?
I would say the vast
In the
majority.
area, yeah.
Because that's where
As
most of
far
our
as
followers are.
or like Crystal Lake to Barrington, South Barrington.
Besides Sergio's, have you had success getting any other customers?
Ice Cream Social was one of them, and then Melissa talked to a few boutiques in Barrington, so she could speak to that a little bit. But
Yeah, well, they said I guess we could have been more aggressive with that, but they didn't really see a need for paying us for when we only had about 700 followers. So I think we would go back to them in the future when we had more of a following base.
What kind of results have you gotten with the Ice Cream Social?
We just posted their 3 posts recently, and we talked to them again.
Yeah.
We talked to them again. They seemed pretty happy with the results.
That's a good marketing tactic is to have a customer that's going to.
Minute and a half.
I would think if you went to a local retailer and said there's 3,200 high school students in Barrington, and we're socially connected on one platform to 80% of them, and we have a way for you to communicate a bunch of stuff to that cohort, and it's more than $25, you could probably raise the price, but on a really kind of hyper-local way, if you said, hey, I got 2,500 of the 3,200 that you can market to, and how would you get 2,500 high schoolers to follow this site? There's a bunch of things. Maybe you shout out content that's important to that group, like the score of the middle of the game, what's the score of the football game, what's the score of the boys lacrosse game, what's going on with exams, or I don't, where's the next party? Whatever, you have to be a part of, you want to be a part of that site, and then you sprinkle in, by the way, there's social media, or, a retailer has to post.
15 seconds.
And we planned on doing that. We are trying to get on VHS TV as well as get into potentially Barrington Quintessential or the Roundup. The Roundup is the Barrington High School Journal, and VHS TV is the TV show for our high school too. So that would be a great way to promote out to the high school students.
Last question, Michael, if you have it.
Well, it's low capital, $2,200. Did you think about a way to say, gosh, if we had more money, what could we do with this? Or, how did you kind of come up with a relatively low amount of capital?
We don't really need much money when we're sitting, but if we had more money, it will all go towards building up our Instagram account.
Yeah,
Just getting more fun.
because currently we have, we said the 2,200 was made up of the legal We put a grant towards marketing and building up our account, and then $700 liquidity cushion. But in terms of that, there's not much more of our startup. There's not much more, how much more COGS or your startup costs. So we don't know what else you can really put it towards besides marketing. So.
All right, great, thank you.
Thank you.